Good morning, everybody. Today is July 13th. It's a Saturday, y'all, not a Friday. We lucked out by one day. Welcome to DDOCast episode 712. I hope you guys are ready because we have an amazing guest today. As you guys know, Kaleva took a step back and is pursuing more of a behind the scenes role in DDO Cast, which is absolutely amazing. And I just love her for it. She is just one amazing person. Um, so since it's just me, every so often, the schedule is just gonna be off since I have littles. And anyway, so today's episode is gonna be recorded. It's not going to be streamed live on the DDO Cast Twitch, but it will be up on YouTube in a few days. Today, let me tell you about our guest.
Corroded lenses anywhere?
And today, our guest on DDO Cast is going to be Tough RPG. Hello, Tough.
Hey, everybody. Great to be here. Thanks for having me, Nacho. Been looking forward to this.
I've been excited about it too because we really haven't gotten to play together that much since hardcore.
No, I know. Well, my schedule has shifted a little bit too, and it's made it harder because I actually stream a second game now, and I do that mostly late at night, which means that I'm not getting up early in the morning anymore.
I understand that ever since the kids have been on summer break, it's been so hard to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Every morning, especially the mornings that I don't have to be up.
Nacho Bottles is an evening star. Well, let's see. Should we do Evening Star content?
That's totally up to you. But if
Uh,
you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself for DDO Cast and
sure.
give us two truths and a lie, and we'll try to see which is which.
Oh my goodness, two truths and a lie. Okay, well, um, my name is Tough RPG, my name is Tom, and pretty much everyone knows my whole name because I'm actually kind of a bit of a celebrity out there in the world. Have been on TV and ran a ran an online business selling handmade swords and knives for many years. I was a professional swordsmith for about 10 years. And let's see, I'm also a retired U.S. Coast Guard veteran who has fought real life pirates. And
So does that give
let's
you insider knowledge on fighting pirates in DDO?
well, it does actually. Insider knowledge may not be helpful knowledge, but insider for sure. Um, and in the course of being a sailor and traveling around the world, I actually we once hosted the prime minister of Germany on our ship, and when her name was Merkel, I think was her name at the time. Maybe I got the name of the office wrong. Angela Merkel, and I got to meet her and actually made her a knife. So somewhere out there in the world, probably in Germany, Angela Merkel is chopping vegetables with one of my knives, maybe, and that'd be really cool.
That
Um,
is really cool. I wonder if
so
there's a way
yeah,
for us to find out.
I don't know, but in this story there have been two truths and a lie, so it's up to you to find out which.
Well, we will leave that to your viewers. Just so everybody on who watches this on YouTube is aware, I am recording this. I am not live streaming this. It's just doesn't fit into my schedule to take the time to switch OBS over. to a whole nother account because there's a lot that goes into that.
I
Oh, look at the
should also introduce my
kitty!
feisty co-host. This is Vaughn. Come on back down here, buddy. It's early morning. He's all excited and rambunctious right now, so he may not actually be a very attentive co-host for me, but I have a special camera for my kitties, and he is my most common co-host. Let's see. Our carrier says, "I'd ask if you had letters of marque and reprisal that you were part of the official government agency." Indeed, I was. Yeah, no letters of marque or reprisal. I was not a privateer in real life. I fought pirates as an official part of the American military. Yes.
So let's get into a little bit of your DDO history. When did you
All right.
start playing? Well, first, how did you hear about DDO?
A good friend of mine named Al who's been a friend of mine for like 30 years or something. Just told me, "Hey man, there's this game. Want to try out with me?" And I was like, "Okay." And we played it a little bit, and I played on like an alt account of his for a little while, which when that was sometime towards the end of 2009, and I liked it, and so I made an account of my own in January 2010, and shortly thereafter he stopped playing, but I had caught the bug and I stuck with it here and there, not like super active all the time, but just casually. What really cemented the game for me, though, was at the time my kids liked it, and they were like 5 and 7 or something like that, right? And my two boys decided they liked it, and we made them some characters and made them accounts. And when I was underway on my ships and we pulled into foreign ports of call, instead of racing to payphones and telephone banks like most of the sailors did, I would find an internet cafe, and I would open up my laptop and I would get on DDO, and I would send a text to the wife letting her know that I'm on, and she would get the kids on the computers at home, and we would play DDO together, and we would use the in-game voice chat instead of a telephone line to keep in touch. And sometimes she would be like, "Okay, kids, step aside, let me get in there," and I'd talk to her for a little bit. I kept in contact with my family through the game while I was on patrol.
Oh, that's awesome. I
Yeah,
know
so
of one other person that did
yeah.
that
Oh
during their
wow,
military deployment.
that's wild. Yeah, but so, and here I thought it was a unique story. No, it's
Well,
cool.
it's only
It's really
one
neat.
other person, and they totally weren't on a ship. They were army, so
Okay, no, it's really cool. But that's what really has permanently endeared the game to me. I mean, I do like it for the game itself, but being my line to my kids, because I mean, when kids are 5 and 6 and 7, they're single digit midgets. When you call home on the phone, you talk to the wife or the husband, whoever's at home, and that conversation. Then they're like, "Oh, hey, let's talk to the kids." Okay, and you hand the phone to the kid, and he says, "Hi, Daddy." Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Johnny farted. It stunk really bad. Uh-huh. Okay, love you. Bye. And that's it. That's all you get.
right. Or the
You
whole
know?
time you're trying to talk to your significant
Yeah.
other, they're like,
They
"I
were
want
like,
to talk. I want to talk."
yeah, they're grabbing at the phone, and then you get that. Then you get, Johnny farted. And yeah. and, and, but with the game, we had something to talk about. I had something to keep their interest and focus, and I had some real good conversations with them. And I was having better quality communication with my
Mm.
kids than anyone else on the ship because of this game.
Well, that's amazing. I love hearing stories like that of how DDO helped to connect people because, well,
Yeah.
I met my husband on DDO and we've been married
Right.
12 years.
Which is amazing also.
Yes. Yes. Actually, November will be like the anniversary of our first our first TOD run,
Oh,
which,
cool.
funny story, he thought I was a 12-year-old boy at first and didn't want me in the guild. Like, he voted against,
Oh, that's
back when guilds
hilarious. Yeah,
were
yeah.
super selective and, they had votes
Well,
on
some
who
of
was
them
getting
still
in.
are. Some of them still are, but yeah, not as many.
True, very true. Yeah. And he voted against me. And they
Oh,
were
that's
like,
fun.
no, we need a raid healer. She's gonna heal your TOD. He was so
and
mad.
then it clicked. They said, "Wait a minute, she?"
No, it took a while because he seriously thought that I was a 12-year-old boy catfishing people, because that was back in the day when,
Oh,
you
yeah, that
heard of
was
a
real
chick
common. Yeah.
you heard of a chick streamer, and it's like, oh no, they're just there because they want you to give them free stuff.
Hey, why don't you come to House Denieth and why don't we do like Bargain of Blood, something easy,
Yeah,
Lots of
sounds good.
lots of living bodies to poison and negative.
Yeah, so what was your first class that you played in DDO?
My very, very first character was a fighter, and I played dual wield copishes. Yep.
How was that? Oh, that was a
I
while
mostly
ago.
hated it.
That was Duck's favorite, to go dual wielding Kopeshes. He's all about the Kopesh.
Yeah, once upon a time they were the melee weapon du jour. Um,
You're
that
not
time
wrong.
has that time has long since passed.
Yes, yes, it has.
But yeah, my very first one was dual copish fighter, and my second one was a longbow ranger. Both characters still exist. Neither of them are what they were originally. Acarian's first was one fighter, 19 cleric tank with a copish and shield. There you go.
So what has kept you playing the game so long? Is it just the nostalgia of, what the game was for you in the beginning, or are you genuinely
Well,
interested in watching the game grow and seeing the new content that we've been getting?
I mean, all of that really. I mean, playing it with my kids really kept me going through, because there were times when I was frustrated with the game and where I would not play for months on end. Maybe let's just go R1 just to keep it casual. Um, and so having my kids be interested and having it be
Oh,
a
I have
point
a
of
gold
connection with
one.
them really kept me going. Like especially through like the bad turbine years and you know the times when it didn't feel great. You know, um,
I totally just rolled 100 on my silver roll.
whoa, Grats, cool. What'd you get?
Oh, I got a spirit cake. What?
Hey,
Look, how do they know I'm always a soul stone?
you know, um, just to segue real quick, a spirit cake saved one of my guildies' lives in hardcore,
That's
and
awesome.
a lot of people don't know that you can use the spirit cake when you are not dead. When you are unconscious and laying on the ground begging for a heal,
Yep,
you can use the spirit cake and get your heal that way.
you
But
sure
anyway, and
can.
one of my
Or you can
guildies got
slash dead.
saved that way. Yeah. But let's see what I was gonna say. One of the things that kept me in the game was festivals. I really, for a long time, I really, really, really enjoyed the winter games. I used to do the ice ramp jumps, and anytime anytime the winter games were up in the Reese Ice games, anytime they were up in the harbor, man, I was on there cooking all day long, just sliding the slides, jumping the jumps, getting those purple coins, getting all the winter recipes, you know.
You remember when it was in the tavern in House P?
That was the same time, same event. I just never did the
Yep.
house one yet. I just never did the bog water. Yeah.
Oh, my favorite was the egg hunt in the marketplace.
Oh, I
That was
hate that
my
one.
favorite.
Oh, God, it's
hardcore.
gross. Yeah. I mean, I liked the, okay, don't get me wrong. I liked the parkour, okay? What I didn't like is that you had to use real money to buy the little ticket things and keep it going, you know? You could only do it a couple of times, and then you had to spend your real money. All the bottles flying. Look at that. So we don't even need to go through this one. I don't know how you do this quest.
I go around the corner and up the side
up the hill,
there.
Yep. You do the first up the hill, or do you do the second through the locked gate?
I do the first because I can never remember how to do this one.
You just pick this lock right here. And you don't roll a 2 or a 3 and fail your lock pick. You roll 14 and win. And then you go up this corner.
The soft lights and well-dressed shoppers suggest that this part of the bazaar caters to the well-to-do.
See, now you don't have to go into that other room and pull that lever up high.
I always forget how to go that way, so I end up going up the first corner.
Oh, there you go. Now you've seen it again. So yeah. So anyway, the kids kept me going through the hard parts when the game didn't feel good. Honestly, though, when Standing Stone Games took over and they started doing things like releasing the old content packs, you know, like they did Ravenloft was their first one. That made a big difference for me. There's a Fear Reaper down there. We should take care of it.
Yeah, I was trying to get him targeted. And then I remembered, oh, I'm on an alchemist. I can just target what's next to it.
There you go. Because I do really like a lot of the old classic content, you know, Keep on the Borderlands and White Plume Mountain and Ravenloft and oh gosh, it's like all of them, you know. Isle of Dread now, you know, Salt Marsh. Salt Marsh is one of my favorites, actually. I live in Salt Marsh.
I can't stand Salt Marsh. I just don't. It came out during a time when I wasn't playing the game, and it was like the first pack that Duck and I had gotten when we came back to the game. And
whatever,
it just, I don't know. Heroic Salt Marsh is blah. Like, there's no reason for it.
Oh, I was too slow.
A bit long. Oh, wow.
I was a little slow. I waffled about what my target was, and they just schmackered me real good.
Oh no, I have scrolls. I was about to say, no, I gotta take you to the shrine, but I don't.
The Shrine of Shame.
Hey, at least I wasn't the first to die.
Right? Oh, that's right. You're a living alchemist. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yes, I am a living
I can fix that. I can fix that.
What are you gonna do? Kill me? Turn me into
No, I'm gonna turn you undead, though.
Oh, nice! Look at that.
Look at that, yeah. Yeah, so let's,
okay. Okay, so let's, okay, let's, okay, let's, 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 let's Do you have anything else to add to what you were previously saying?
Uh,
Because I'm super excited about that build
well,
that
yeah,
you're
actually,
on.
SSG just brought the game back to life for me, to be honest, and just I think they've done great things with the game, and I just enjoy the game. So yeah, so that'll work.
Could this be the general manager?
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Right? And what might that elephant in the room be? Why don't you tell us about your build?
Well, there's the there's this fine gamer lady in DDO that I know and run with on hardcore every now and then. We have a great time playing, and one hardcore she says to me, "Hey, guess what I'm running? I'm running an alchemist." I'm like, "Well, yeah, of course, because we love alchemists." She's like, "No, no, 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 no. It's not just an alchemist." I go, "What do you mean? What is it?" And she said, "It's undead." I'm like, "What do you mean it's undead? How do you get an undead alchemist?" I took 3 levels of wizard. I'm like, that's ridiculous. You're going to lose all your spell power and spell levels. Does that work? No, it works great. And I was like, really? Intriguing. And so,
It
and
does work
that lady
great.
was and forever shall be the illustrious Nachowench. And I decided to try it out myself. And lo and behold, it was fun. It was a lot of fun because you heal yourself with every attack, and these bottles, these inflict critical wounds bottles, do a strangely huge amount of damage. Like, it's not the damage that it says on the spell description, right? And the other thing is, the biggest problem that people have with alchemist, is that the lower levels progress slowly because you have only single target spells. But you do have AoE spells. You have these inflict wounds spells. And you can even get an SLA, towards the end of your first level. You can pick up this SLA right here in the apothecary tree. And SLAs are great
That's
because you
this
can
one
really
right
boost your power,
here.
right?
Ooh, I
And
don't have it.
this says it does 1d6 plus 2 damage plus an additional 1 per caster level.
I was not going to pull it up.
And all of the inflict wound spells are coded like that. They do for like 4d6 plus 8 and then an additional 1 point per level. But that is not the damage they do, actually. And this, I do believe you confirmed with Tonquin before he left that was intended, and they do actually do more damage than stated.
So
Is that true?
when I went to PAX, I had the pleasure of meeting Tonquin, and I talked to him about it. I was like, "Hey, we have this problem. We're building this undead alchemist," and he goes, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, we're splashing in 3 levels of wizard, you know, but like we can't do anything with undead." And he goes, "When we brought out the alchemist and we started bringing out archetypes, I really wanted a lich doctor, an undead alchemist that could, just be the archetype, but they, didn't think anybody would be interested. So it just kind of stayed there."
Yeah, it's wild,
But
isn't it?
yeah, it was supposed to be a certain way.
Right. So anyway, though, and these spells, and apparently the cleric spells, the mass inflict wounds, work the same way. They do a lot of they do damage per level, like they do, like the inflict light does like 1d6 plus 2 per caster level, not plus 1 damage per caster level like it says. They do the whole schmear, the whole kit and caboodle per level, which makes them really highly effective at low levels, especially because they're AoE, they're good damage, and you can get them right away. The only problem is you can't hurt undead with them. And even before, when you couldn't hit undead at all, well, now you heal it, but that's further down the road in the story. But yeah, so I already knew that inflict bottles was the way to get through the low levels. You just kind of had to back it up with some single target elemental SLAs and glue bomb to get yourself through the low levels, right?
Right.
But when Nacho started talking about making it undead, I was like,
I didn't
so that
see him.
heals you, huh? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm willing to try it, And I tried it.
I got the idea because I was running a poison negative alchemist, and I was running with Dilemma Ender, and he was running a Pale Master EK.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah.
And he was like, he kept saying, "Who's healing me? Who's healing me?" And that's when I realized, oh, hey, look, I can
It's
heal
me.
undead.
Right.
If I was undead, I could just stand in the middle of those mobs and kill everything and heal myself at the same time.
Brilliant. And actually, it is. It's actually brilliant. We should do a Black Lock next just to illustrate how we deal with undead, because there are undead and they can be tough to deal with as a Lich Doctor. But yeah, so the I started cooking on the build and like trying to decide how exactly to make it functional, and I decided that I was going to go all the way to the top of the apothecary tree, just for something different, because before that, spellcasting alchemists, are bombardiers, right? Like,
Yeah, you gotta have that.
the bombardier tree is amazing. Yeah, the immunity stripping and
Yep, the
the
immunity stripping.
multi-vial SLA. Ah, godlike, right? But I was like, what happens if we lean into apothecary? You know, and I realized one of the things that happens is that when you hit level 12, you get this master apothecary enhancement. That gives you +2 spell penetration, and +2 transmutations DCs, which are very nice. But it also says you have no max caster level with curative admixtures and any guild leaf alchemist spell. I'm like, wait a minute. I run Voltaic Burst, I run Vein Freeze, I run Caustic Overload all the time. I always run these 3 spells because, well, Voltaic Burst is arguably Alchemist's most important spell. Vein Freeze is
Right.
crowd control and damage together. What's not to love? and Caustic is good acid damage, and it lowers the physical resistance rating of your enemies. And what makes Voltaic Burst most important is it lowers the magical resistance rating of your enemies. So, like, I'm stripping PRR, I'm stripping MRR, and I'm freezing things in place. Oh, no one talked to the lady. So I'm always running these 3 spells. Always. Like, they're vital. In fact, on this build, I very, very rarely throw multi-vial. I've got multi-vial acid and I almost never throw it. Because it's just not as important. And that's crazy talk for anyone who's used to alchemists. Like, what do you mean multi-vial is not important? That's the best spell in the game, or something like that. And they're not wrong. But it's just not that important to this build.
Right now I'm running dual multi-vial, but I am not the Lich Doctor build. I am
Right.
just the regular poison negative.
I got to heal these guys a little bit. I don't have my proper gear on me either, so, you know. Woo-wee! Where's my frog? No, that's not my frog. Why is my frog bottle down there? Good gracious, that's awful. Why would I... There we go. Frogged him. Aha, I get frogged, buddy.
Have you ever ran this build with Mass Frog?
Yeah, I was not super impressed. It should be better than it is. I had good DCs on it too. It was hitting, and it was hitting. It's just, I know something about the spell is wonky. Like, it's got bad range, which is one of the big things, honestly. Because, you know, everything that we throw has huge range, and it's one of the biggest advantages to being an alchemist, right?
That
Is your
you can
range.
throw bottles around corners.
That too. And you know, the tracking, the homing, the range, all that stuff is super important to alchemist. And Mass Frog just absolutely negates all of that. It just makes it so that you can't use it. And so it's like, well, that kind of messed up most of my advantages. You know, but you know, that's the thing is, no, not that way. Yes, that way. Maybe that way. I don't remember.
Isn't this the one?
Yeah,
that
you're
has
right.
The...
You're right. Yep.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's a
You're
dead
right.
end.
You're right. Right. Yeah,
Because we're coming up to the trap where I'm probably going to die.
Yep. But anyway, though, yeah. I was playing a little bit differently now. Then I play a lot more close range now than I used to. So maybe I ought to revisit it. You know. Do I have my no fail on a 1? Let me just check something here real quick. Oh, it's not going to be there. It's going to be here. Yeah. See, okay. I spec into Macrotech right away in Epics for 2 reasons. One, I get this no fail reflex saves on a 1, right? And the other reason is I take sonic damage because Sonic is a very good magic damage type that hits almost everything. And since I can't strip immunity, I need to have some sort of magical damage that's going to hit pretty much anything, and that's Sonic. All right, so I can camp out here in this trap all day long because I have I got a plus 63 reflex save, which at this level is pretty good. What's your reflex, Nacho?
You're so funny. So
No, float. Hold on. Float. Tonquin's hammer having no save is as intended. That's working as intended. And good morning and welcome. Sorry, you don't have to embarrass yourself. It's okay.
But this is a first life hardcore build, so yeah, my reflex is only a 56.
Well, actually, I am second life, so I'm almost first life. I've got 1 heroic life, 1 epic life.
Yeah, I'm first life. 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, float. That's most. In fact, most of the epic the epic tree SLAs are no save damage by design. Most of them, because they're epic and they're supposed to be better, and that is by design. So it's not bugged. It's working as intended, and it's really crazy good. From the very beginning. Well, at least since Macrotechnic, for sure. But as I recall, from the very beginning, since the revamp of Epic Destinies, right? You know, when everyone got the Destiny cloak, if you had them all unlocked, and they went to the new system of Epic Destinies, like Shard Storm was like one of the first ones that I realized about. No save, no save on the damage. Um, yeah, no, like let me see if I can pull up some other trees real quick here. Epic Destinies. Yeah, like the Dragon Breath. No save, right? Dragon Breath, no save.
Doesn't Breath have a save now?
I don't think so. Nope. Doesn't say so. I don't believe it does. It has like a save for some of its secondary effects, like you get the like some of the secondary effects you can get on it. It's either a save or a random proc chance, you know. Let's see.
Oh no, that was the swarm that they added a save to.
Yeah. Right, because it was too good. The Primal Avatars acid swarm thing, the bugs. Yeah, they added the save to it because it was too good. That's the mantle.
Ooh.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. No, I don't think so, Float. Are you sure?
He's gonna kill me.
Dragon Breath has been fiddled with too, though. Offensive spells. Oh, that is the mantle. You're right. My bad. Fearsome Dragon Breath. Hell, I can't open it up. Okay, but like I know that the angel stuff does the damage pillar, and you know like just a lot of the spells that a lot of them do not have saves. They added some saves after the fact to some of them because they were overpowered, like the the Primal Avatars Carrion Swarm. Yeah, they added a save for the half damage later on. But I mean, like it's 2 spell points and it recycles every like 2 or 3 seconds or something really crazy, you know. So like just cast another one, you know. But yeah, so anyway, yep. I go Tonquin's hammer and that stuff because I need something that damages everything.
So, needless to say, you have
Ordered is saying there's a DC listed. A lot of them, when they have a DC listed, they're listing it for the secondary effects because they do have secondary effects on them.
Right.
But for sure, stuff, you know, like they're and it's not as cut and dry as it used to be, right? Because they've realized that some of that stuff is broken and needs to be reined in, right? Carnage Reaper here. Oh, and I need to make my Nacho friend undead again. But yeah, anyway, back to Lich Doctor, right?
Yeah, you have dove so much deeper into Lich Doctor than I probably ever would have. It would have been strictly a flavor novelty build if it was left up to me.
It still is, basically. I mean, to be honest, it's
pretty there are some though, and in epics, low levels it really does
low epics, and in low epics, certainly. When you get to end game, it is.
It does lack.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just not as good.
It's not as OP as some of the other more pure builds.
Yeah, it's just right. In legendaries at end game, that's when all the other classes are getting their stuff and getting to come together. But there is one thing they could do that would make Lich Doctor stand on equal footing with most other end-game classes and builds. One thing would change it all. And it is my biggest gripe about how the build works. And you know exactly what I'm going to say, I bet.
Probably, but let's hear it.
We need curative admixtures, and the inflict spells need to be able to run quicken. Oh my god, it is so bad. The wind-up time on these spells is so slow that at end game, by the time you let go of the bottle and throw it, your teammates have already killed everything.
That or you're dead.
Or
and
you're dead.
especially if there's any slight bit of lag.
Oh yeah. Oh man, you've got to anticipate things. Like what I learned to do with end-game content is I target myself and I pre-cast. I cast before my targets are ready to be hit. Like, open that door, please.
I didn't get
Okay,
the key.
I got it. Right? See, like I targeted myself and I hit both these zombies. I healed them both, but I hit them, right? You target yourself and then just run in, and you basically become a melee range caster, which is really dangerous for us because we're squishy and we can be one-shot very easily.
Yeah, I was noticing that you only have like 50 more hit points than I do.
Yeah. It's so squishy. All the squish. We own all the squish. Yeah, and I'm what 3 levels higher? Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, yeah, I just looked it up here. So, yeah.
Sadly, the jewels encrusted.
Yeah, and that's a big problem, really. You've got to have undeath coming at you again. You've got to have your timing on point, and really, what saves me though is crowd control. Crowd control. I haven't tried weird with it, because my illusion DCs aren't quite as strong, and you gotta invest so much into that tree. Oh, you're so fast. Why are you so fast? Why am I so slow?
Because I used bottled boost, the sprint boost.
Oh, yeah, where did I have that? I should have that. Where is that? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. I don't have all my proper gear on this character, so, Since you're undead, the other thing we can do is I can target you, and you can run ahead. But crowd control is super important, right? See how these guys are frozen and glued? Like the first thing you do with this class, you gotta get your DCs up real good and high. I'm on the slider. Hold on. And then you gotta run in. You gotta throw your crowd control. You gotta trust to your crowd control DCs. Oh yeah, glue bomb is amazing. Absolutely, Kaleva. You got it.
My favorite thing about an alchemist is the fact that the only thing you really get is if you use that carrion swarm, you get, you're not facing your target. But any bottles you throw, you don't have to be looking at your target. You can throw bottles behind you.
Yes. Oh, it's great.
Like, oh, hey, look, I'm not looking. Ooh,
ouch.
I'm
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
I don't even know what they hit me with. What was that?
Death. They hit you with death. Come here, Nacho. Let's see if I can...
Oh no, my frog returned to his home plane.
Okay, where's my Raised Dead Scrolls? Where'd my nacho go? Where's my nacho? There you are.
I think you forgot me in the microwave.
Oh, I'd be terrible. I would never put nachos in the microwave. They get all chewy and stuff. And I'm going to need some spell points. Holy crackers.
We could run back to that shrine back there.
Yeah, I might need to. I left my ring of spell storings in my other pants.
Well, we
Microwave
should be
nachos
good.
makes nachos soggy. Yeah. All right. All right then. We'll do it. Oh, this guy's hit by negative. Let's go. We got it. I can echoes of power his butt. Hey, you got a level.
I got a Reaper point.
Red dot. Red dot. That's what you got. You Reaper point. Yeah. That's it. That's what you got. But yeah. But yeah, the
SLAs for the win.
That's right. And I lean into them hard. And the other thing we do, and I think you told me about this originally, Nacho, but it is absolutely the low level key to success with this build is you need to grab 3 SLAs ASAP. Like right away, the first 3 need to be maximize, empower, and critically empower healing spell, because these negative inflicts are healing spells and they benefit from empower healing spell.
They do. Now only if they would fix the unholy avatar.
Right.
Wink, wink, hint, hint. Hello, SSG. Would you please address it? Because we've been asking
What we're talking
for
about.
a
Let me pull
while.
up the enhancement tree. Oh, I've got tickets in for multiple tickets in for it.
As do I.
And so what we're talking about is in the Pale Master Tree, Tier 4, there's an enhancement called Unholy Avatar. You are cloaked in the darkness itself and can reach out with your negative energy spells to taint the undead with mortality. When you strike an undead with damage-dealing negative energy spell, it leaves a lingering weakness to negative energy that bypasses an undead's natural resistance to negative energy. Now, you might say, is that even supposed to work? I argue yes. And the reason I argue yes is because you can build a level 3 wizard, a level 4 wizard, and 16 levels of cleric, okay, or favored soul, and you can use mass inflict damage spells on undead, and it works. You can strip undead's negative immunity using Unholy Avatar with the cleric mass inflict spells, right?
Yes, sir.
And it says damage dealing negative energy spells, which these are. I got a kitty cat rubbing my leg, so she's gonna get picked up. Now, the first reason it didn't work is different than the reason it's not working now. Because the first reason it did not work is because when Alchemist was released to the public, back in the Stone Age, these spells, they did not interact with undead at all. You could not target undead with them. If you targeted an undead and you threw the